This is the commander of the special forces called Damulila Christophe. His names are called Damulila Christophe, the notorious commander in Uganda. Yeah. The man who kidnaps Ugandans on a daily basis. The man who is raping women in Uganda. This is his picture.
We need to expose him.
Trained at Sandhurst, the best military academy in the world. This is where this money is coming from. This is where this man was trained. This is a brutal murderer, a rapist, a kidnapper, a man who has tortured Ugandans. Christopher Damulila, Maria Mungu. This is a man, a notorious man in Uganda, trained in the UK on our taxpayers' money. And when he goes back to Uganda, he's sodomizing, kidnapping, raping, murdering Ugandans on a daily basis. People power. Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
We are calling on the UK government to stop the funding, the training of such evil men. This man was trained in the UK, but he's the worst man. He's the man who is murdering Ugandans. He came from Sandhurst, the best military academy in the world, but the man is the worst brutal murderer in Uganda as we speak today. That's why we are standing here, to expose him and to come to hospital where there are no schools, where there are no roads, but the brutal dictator is being given £1 billion every year. He is the richest man in Africa, 13.5 billion pounds rich. Yes. But still the UK takes your taxpayer and my taxpayers' money to fund the brutal dictator of Uganda. We are here to expose Christopher Damulila, Maria Mungu, a Sandhurst trained so-called soldier, turned to be a murderer in Uganda. Damulila Numuseven, Damulila, Ile, and Muhozi. These are the people at the forehand of murdering, torturing, kidnapping, raping, sodomizing Ugandans. 42 years of the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda, the junta of Uganda. Museveni, a murderer. We are here today to expose his crimes against humanity. We are not here because we are jobless. We are here because of the cause that this man I'm holding his poster. He's a Sandhurst trained soldier, trained, but when he went back to Uganda, he's a murderer. He's killing Ugandans. He's murdering Ugandans. He's raping Ugandans. And this is a Sandhurst trained in the UK, the best military academy in the world. And that's why we are here today, to call on the UK government to stop the training of the junta thugs from Uganda. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
Our power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
That's why today we are here as Ugandans, to condemn the human rights abusers in Uganda, to condemn the kidnapping of Ugandans in Uganda on a daily basis, the human rights abusers in Uganda, to expose the criminality, the injustice in Uganda, the impunity in Uganda, corruption in Uganda, with no accountability. Your money is sent to Uganda to make the brutal dictator richer and richer. Yes. At a cost of 13.5 billion rich, still the UK is sending your money and my money to Uganda. That money should be used in good causes here in the UK, yes, by supporting our policemen, yes, and making sure that our homeless brothers and sisters, yes, have got accommodation, yes, instead of sending our money to the brutal junta in Uganda. We've been living under the junta regime for the last 42 years. In the UK, we've changed 13 prime ministers. In Uganda, we are still living under the same junta, the military dictator, Museveni of Uganda. 42 years is more than enough. We live under brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. Yes. M23 in Eastern DRC Congo is being armed by Museveni. Yes. Your taxpayers' money is going to arm a rebellion in the Congo whereby millions are being murdered by Museveni of Uganda. Millions are being raped by Museveni of Uganda. Because of the money you send to Museveni, that money is converted to go and support a brutal war in DRC Congo. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
And he has got the most expensive house in the UK by Holland Park. This is your money and my money. The money going to Uganda, it doesn't go for the good causes. It's just making the brutal dictator to stay in power. We are talking about a junta from Uganda who has earned more than 42 billion for the last 42 years. But in Uganda, Ugandans cannot afford a £1 paracetamol. Ugandans cannot afford to go to school. Ugandans cannot afford any medical bills. But their families come to the UK for medical tourism. That's why we are standing here calling on the UK government to stop the training of military thugs from Uganda, to stop the funding of military men in Uganda, to stop the funding of the junta Museveni of Uganda, to stop sending your money and my money to Uganda. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP. Everywhere.
NUP.
We are from Uganda, a very peaceful country before the junta took over. A rich country before the brutal dictator Museveni took over. For the last 40 years, we are living under brutal junta Museveni of Uganda. For the last 40 years, we are living under this brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda.